I'm back, and I'm still cold. I'm Paul Mackey. This is the Idjit's Thoughts on podcast. Darcy and I are still getting out and about a little bit, continuing to go to Monday Night Trivia with our team Bad Altitude at Duluth Cider. This past Monday, we took first place among a cold-reduced field. I don't know if that score would have really come out on top on a normal week, but we were happily surprised by how we placed. And then yesterday, I had a necessary medical diagnostic procedure that took some time but was focused in scope, if you know what I mean. I do want to announce that Geek by Night, the podcast audio drama I've been performing in for the past few years, is now available on YouTube. It's in the final season now, but you can catch up to every episode available on YouTube. Search for Geek by Night in YouTube, and it comes up as the first result. Well, after all that, I've got some time right now to look at Gravity Falls Season 1, Episode 11, Little Dipper, which first aired September 28th, 2012. And the summary. Dipper is dismayed to discover Mabel is now officially taller than him. The whole family wastes no time in mocking him for his stature. Meanwhile, Gideon Gleeful is plotting his revenge, though he can't find anything suitable in Book 2. Dipper uses Book 3 to find a place in the forest where all the animals have unusual sizes. There are mysterious magical crystals that cause shrinking or growing depending how the light passes through them. Dipper takes one of the crystals and attaches it to a flashlight to produce a shrink/growth ray, so he can make himself just a little bit bigger. When Mabel discovers the ray, they fight and it falls into Gideon's possession. Gideon shrinks and kidnaps them to use as a bargaining chip against Stan to get him to sign the Mystery Shack over to him. Eventually, Gideon decides to just shrink Stan, and it's up to the twins to stop him. Very cartoonish. I'm not sure if this counts as classically cartoonish, but I love the interactions with giant food. Mabel with the gummy koalas, and somewhat less appetizingly, Seuss with the corn chip fragment found in the carpet. And then my favorite line.
This neck is really squishy. Hey look, I'm making fat angels.
All right, who is Stephen Root? Voices Gideon's father, Bud Gleeful. Stephen Root is a hard-working actor who's at least recognizable by many by voice, if not by looks. He started out on stage off-Broadway in Journey's End in 1980, then in the Broadway plays So Long on Lonely Street in 1986, and All My Sons as Frank Luby in 1987. He transitioned to film with small roles in Crocodile Dundee 2, Monkey Shines, Ghost, and the Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie. His full IMDb profile counts 286 roles in film, television, and video games, so making a list of even just the highlights is difficult. He rose to prominent success, initially in work with Mike Judge, in multiple roles on King of the Hill, and as Milton in Office Space. He's also performed extensively in Coen Brothers films. He played Jimmy James on the popular sitcom News Radio and was nominated for an Emmy as Best Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series, playing Monroe in the HBO series Barry. What worked? I thought this was original and different. It could have ended up working with Dipper just finding a shrinking and growing machine, but this one has the extra step of Dipper's ingenuity being involved. And what didn't? I really didn't find anything to object to. This was a solid episode of a fantastical animated show. Things to ponder. Well, we know that Stan has a secret basement at the Mystery Shack. Is it that basement or something in it that is what Gideon is looking for? Is it one more mysterious object, or perhaps even the cause of all the odd occurrences in the town? Next time is Season 1, Episode 12, Summerween, which I assume will use a contrivance in order to have a Halloween episode, even though the entire season occurs while Dipper and Mabel are on their summer break. Happy hunting!
Want to see what else is on TV?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, all right.
Fun.
My favorite part's the theme song.
You've been listening to the Idjit's Thoughts On podcast, produced by Paul Mackey in association with Nimlas Studios. Any short clips of audio from shows is included under fair use for commentary purposes, and copyright for that content remains with its original copyright holders. The theme song is Too Good by Jack Mangan and is used by his generous permission. One Idjit's Thoughts is produced under a Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial, No Derivatives 4.0 international license. You can find more episodes of this podcast and many other fine podcasts at nimlas.org. You can contact me by emailing idjitcastpodcast@gmail.com or commenting on episodes at nimlas.org.
Let's make our own memories.
All right, that's finished. Time to go rappelling on a rope made from human hair.